Ooh, a FedEx truck. Hey, neighbor.
Hi, neighbor.
Alright, guys, so this video is going to be all about lot docking.
So, if you're new to the channel, we are Adventure Endeavor. I am Jesse. This is my lovely wife, Melissa. And today we're talking lot docking. That's actually what we're doing right now. And before we get started, though, let's make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Notifications, you're a big stickler on the notifications. And at the end, we're pretty sure you're going to give it a thumbs up because it's going to be fun, it's going to be entertaining, and there's going to be a lot of good information in this video.
So first of all, you might be asking yourself, what is lot docking? Have you ever heard of this term before? Jesse, do you want to explain?
I will do my best. So we actually didn't know what the term was, but very similar to boondocking, lot docking is almost the same in a sense. So boondocking, you're out in the woods, you're out in the national forest, you're camping for free. They have like a 14-day limit, you know, depends on the area. Lot docking is very similar in a sense because it's free, but you're more in a city and you're basically, I don't want to say camping, you're staying overnight in a parking lot. So you're lot docking. And there's a lot of rules, etiquette, a lot of stuff to know about lot docking, and so we're going to try and cover all of that in this video. So it makes it easy, safe, and just makes it a better experience for you when you're lot docking.
Yeah, and for those around you, particularly the companies that are letting you lot dock in their parking lot.
Yes.
So there are actually quite a few different places where lot docking is usually allowed. These include Cabelas, Walmart, Home Depot sometimes, truck stops of course, Cracker Barrel, and like we're in right now, a casino.
So lot docking seems fairly simple, but we do use a couple apps to find good lot docking locations. So probably our number one app for finding lot docking locations would be RV Parky. It's great because you can select an area, a city, and then search and see what's available, and lots of times there are reviews saying whether this was good, it was too loud, it's too close to the highway, whatever. We use iOverlander at times. It's another great app. And is there any other ones?
I mean, Campendium sometimes.
Campendium does have some lot docking as well. So there's a few apps. They're all fairly simple to use. Pretty sure they're all free. So if you're a full-timer, that's something definitely you're going to want to look into.
And as far as apps like RV Parky are concerned, you want to always make sure you're reading the reviews below the general description for a particular place, because that will give you a lot of key information as to what is actually allowed in that particular spot.
Yeah, and that's a perfect segue into our next point. You need to confirm that you can stay there. It's a legal matter. Some of these are privately owned. I mean, all the businesses are privately owned, but some of the lots are privately owned, some are not, some are leased. So they have different rules. So we always try to find ones that have good reviews, and then from there we go ahead and we call the location to confirm that we're allowed to stay. That's probably the number one thing that you need to do when you're lot docking.
It's always a great idea to call ahead, just like Jesse mentioned, and the best way to do that is to call and say something like, hey, can I speak to the manager? I'm coming through the area tonight and I'm planning to stop at your place of business, and you know, do you allow overnight parking for customers? And right along with that, if you are going to be a customer, you're going to want to say that. You're going to want to obviously go in and buy something, spend money in the store if possible. You know, it's definitely not a hard and fast requirement. It's just something that we try to do, and you know, it always helps your case if you're requesting permission to stay overnight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, lots of times we stay at Walmart's, and that's great because we do have our grocery shopping. If you go to, let's say, a Cracker Barrel, you could stop in and get a meal. Cabelas is great, you know, because they have a lot of cool stuff, which, be careful, because it's free. Lot docking is free until you go to Cabelas and spend like, you know, $1,000 on stuff that you don't need. So, but overall, great practice to spend some money at the business that you're staying.
Absolutely. Cabelas in particular, they have cute little gift shops in, I'm sorry, I meant Cracker Barrel.
I knew what you meant.
Cracker Barrel in particular, they have great little gift shops, and if you're traveling through a new state you haven't been to before, maybe stop in and get some souvenirs, like a new magnet for your fridge.
No magnets. All right, so we're doing one of these close talks because this is where you guys really need to pay attention.
This is very important.
This is crucial because
Muy importante.
a lot of these places are getting rid of Lotdocking, and it's for these reasons. So it's very serious. Okay, number 1. Only stay one night. This is not camping. This is not a campground. It's not a state park. It's not boondocking, like in the National Forest where you can stay 14 days. You're not going to stay 14 days in any of these locations. Basically, you're staying one night. Okay.
I would say maybe 12 hours max.
Good. Next thing. You're going to want to, if you have a fifth wheel or travel trailer, do not unhitch. Do not leave your trailer unattended. Don't be like, oh, I'm going to go to Walmart. I'm going to leave my trailer unattended. I'm going to go run to this waterfall or whatever, like nearby. It's not a campground. It's Lotdocking. So you're going to stay hitched up at all times.
It's always definitely important to take up as little room as possible, and park towards the edge of the perimeter is always a good idea, or wherever the store manager asks you to park specifically. So, it's always a good idea to avoid putting out your slides if you can, but if the whole parking lot is pretty empty, that's not really a big deal.
Yeah, the key is to inconvenience the store as much as possible.
And other fellow patrons.
Yes, and other Lotdockers, So we're all in it together, and going along that theme, like, let's not pull out like a barbecue. Don't pull your Weber out in the parking lot and just be smoking delicious meats. Lawn chairs, avoid those.
No.
Be in your rig or be patronizing the business. No parking lot projects. Let's just call them no PPs.
No PPs?
No parking lot projects. So don't be out there, cutting pieces of wood or changing your oil in their lot. Be respectful. Like, they're letting you stay for free, and we're trying to keep these places open.
Yes. Also, don't ever use your generator in a parking lot if you can avoid it. That is a big no-no.
Yeah, especially, I would say, after, 8 o'clock. Like, just, for the other Lotdockers. And then just in general, like you said, you're trying to be almost covertly there, inconveniencing no one.
Always arrive later in the evening and try to leave early in the morning. Like we said earlier, try to go for a 12-hour maximum stop.
Yes, that's a great point. So those are kind of our major tips and etiquette for Lotdocking. And I would like to say, kind of like my personal favorite place to Lotdock, just as a FYI, is Cabelas. A couple reasons for that. Probably the main one is that a lot of the Cabelas have dump stations. They're normally $10. At times they've been free. It just all depends on the location. But that's a huge pro because you can kind of kill two birds with one stone, stay at night, get your tanks all cleaned out. A lot of them have fresh water as well. They have dog walking areas with bags, a lot of them. They have great products inside. They have snacks. They have, like, if you need a new jacket, all that. They do have RV sections as well. And most of the time, they're a little bit out of town because the parking lot is so large that they're on the outskirts, so they can be quieter, and they tend to be cleaner as well. So for us, Cabelas is great.
Yeah, you don't really see too many other people Lotdocking at a Cabelas, so that's why it's one of our favorite areas. In particular, there were a few Lotdocking spots that really stuck out in our minds as particularly memorable.
Fancy places.
Number 1 would be the Beachfront Walmart in Pass Christian, Mississippi.
Yeah, beachfront Walmart. Literally, Walmart, you hop out your door, you can see the ocean. We took coffee and dogs for a morning walk. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, and there was the squeaky sand on the beach, which was so cool that we had never experienced before. So
that was a really fun experience. And then where we are today, we're at Hoover Dam Casino Lodge and Casino.
Hoover Dam Lodge, which is also a casino. And the reason that we love this one so much, it's right by the Hoover Dam, of course. But when we looked outside this morning, we had a beautiful view of Lake Mead.
Yes, and there's a really fun hiking, walking trail. You could do a big loop. It's paved, or you can actually go down to the lake. We just did the trail that's paved, and it's just a great morning with coffee. And yeah, I think that's kind of where we're tapering off this video.
Yeah, that pretty much wraps it up.
Yeah, we really hope it was informative, and we hope you guys did this, of course.
Give it a thumbs up, as always.
Thanks for watching.